New battle for Stanford. Taryn Kern will lead things off playing second base, the Big Ten Player of the Year as a freshman in her first season on the farm. Emily Jones had her 16-game hitting streak stopped on Friday, but got a hit yesterday. She's hitting second. Ava Gall, the true freshman, hitting third. Cleanup, the catcher, Ali Kanashiro. Kira Chan, Jade Berry with the solo shot in game one, hitting sixth. Kaylin Koch. River Mailer, the local product out of Monroe High School, a suburb of Seattle, and Caitlin Lim in the 9 spot in right field for Stanford. Ruby Malin will get the start. She has been outstanding versus Stanford, and she was on Friday night. 2 runs were put on the board in the first inning, both unearned. And Ruby Malin coming up with a complete game, just 3 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts. But it just wasn't quite enough in this low-scoring affair. These are 2 of the best pitchers in the nation getting ready to get after it. Ruby Malin and Nigeri Kennedy. And we are underway. Strike 1 to Taryn Kern. The Stanford lineup has 8 lefties of their 9 batting order, so pretty lefty-dominated. That one misses. Our home plate umpire today, Sean Wells. Eddie Cooper at first and Ron Burkhart at third. Taryn Kern last year absolutely tore it up at Indiana. 23 home runs, an Indiana record. And as both teams try to establish what kind of a zone, that one on the outside edge, but is called a ball. So it looks like pretty tight zone to get things started here early. Kern takes a look at strike 2. She has a fantastic ability to draw a walk. She leads the Pac-12 by more than 10. She is able to get on base, 45 walks this season. Fouls that one off.
Everybody clap your hands.
Taryn Kern hitting .288, but her on-base percentage, .521. Those 45 walks and 17 times she's been hit by a pitch. Outside edge, count goes full. So Ruby Malin grabbing the rosin bag, taking a deep breath, and the payoff pitch. In game 1, when Malin got the start, Taryn Kern had that lead-off walk to start the game. And a swing and a miss, a big strikeout on the payoff pitch. High into the air in left field, Avery Hobson, one of 4 seniors honored here today, win a national championship. The ability to go yard would be huge off the mid of Malin, but Riley Holtorf, the shortstop there, and fires it over to Brooke Nelson. 3 up and 3 down. Carter starting things off with the base hit for Washington. So her first at-bat of the series, a productive one. Fouled a couple of pitches. Season her offense has improved dramatically. Pops this one up. Kennedy calls it and gets it in the circle for the first out of the game. She's already top 10 in Stanford history in strikeouts. Low, and Fiedler went. Brooklyn Carter able to swipe second. So the strikeout, but Carter now in scoring position. Masterpiece to limit the Huskies to just 1 run. And Nelson pops this one up. And after the leadoff hit by Brooklyn Carter, big-time wins both in the non-conference and in conference play. Kanashiro to Holtorf. Quick trigger and gets it to first in a hurry for the first out. Their RPI at number 6 currently. And the strikeout to Kira Chan, the sophomore, Ruby Malin. It is a windy day here on this Sunday afternoon. And Jade Berry earns the first walk allowed of the game. Third K to put an end to Stanford in the second. Instead, driven right to Solis, and she sticks her mid out in time to snag that line drive. And the low one called strike 3, the first K of the game for Kennedy. Inside, so a 4-pitch walk, a rare free pass allowed by Kennedy. Seniors honored, the 5th-year senior transferred in this season from San Diego State. And that one gets away, and Stewart standing on second. A runner in scoring position now and just 1 out. Solis puts it high into the air, and River Mailer and we'll try to find a way with 2 outs to come up with a run-scoring hit. Makes contact, but handled cleanly at second by Taryn Kern. And so Sid Stewart. So the payoff pitch to Mailer, the 8-hitter in the order. And that one will be a walk again. And the swing and a miss, the strikeout for Ruby Malin. And when she was a senior. And now the leadoff hitter, Taryn Kern. That one inside. And gets away from Sid Stewart. So wearing the Cardinal. Sends this one to center field into the gap, and that will score the first run of the game. An RBI double for Taryn Kern. And that family in attendance letting out a cheer as Kern coming up big. 1 run, 1 hit in this series has felt like about 5 in any other. End game 2. And Ruby Malin giving up her first run of the game over the head of the speedster, Brooklyn Carter. And she sits on that one to draw the walk. So first batter faced by this season. And it's laced down the left field line. One more score for Stanford. And now runners on second and third. Ali Kaneshiro, the senior, with the RBI double. And it is 2-0 Stanford. Pulls this one just under the mitt of Giselle Alvarez. And all on Friday night. And a 4-pitch walk, and a nice job by Stewart to take that one out of the dirt. Rhythm. Berry puts it in place. Solis there, and out number 3. So Lopez, after allowing the walk, induces the ground ball, and the damage limited, but it's big. And this low-scoring series between these two tonight. But she's down 0-2. And a strikeout from Kennedy. The 3rd strikeout of the Washington Huskies, but also head coach of the U.S. national team. And another strikeout by Kennedy, her 2nd in a row of the Ali Aguilar on the national team for USA softball as she puts this one in play right to Taryn Kern, and it is the 3rd out. So 3 up, 3 down for Kennedy after getting 2 second and 3rd. So she limited the damage. Riley Holtorf grabbing that line drive And first pitch swing, and it's 1 out. Beautiful play by Solis, scooping it up with the mitt and all in one motion, getting it to Nelson, makes that look easy. And the strikeout from Lopez. Gets the whiff from Lim. And 3 up and 3 down in the 4th for Lopez. Well struck, but right at Ava Gall, the first baseman for Stanford, who collects it, steps on. Impressive. Brooke Nelson underneath. River Mailer with the put out, so 2 away. You said she's going to be a really fun one to watch. Just give her time to shine. And she draws the 4-pitch walk. Hit the big bomb yesterday. And an easy play at second base. Kern to Mailer, who was covering the bag. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Picking up speed, it was like a bucket just got dumped for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then they had to get the field prepped up. And Lindsay Lopez with the strikeout. Jones trying for the bunt. Good hose. Sid Stewart putting some heat behind that throw. Beautiful. When the sun was out, mid-50s, and then all of a sudden the squall came through. And a windstorm popped up. Holtorf gets back and hauls in out number 3 to end the Cardinal half. After the rain delay. Solis on the ground and picked up easily by Ava Gall, the first baseman. 1 away. About how much her love of softball was energized by coming to the University of Washington program, as she has thrown out Jade Berry over to Gall for out number 2. Byrne has made tremendous strides in her first season here at Washington. And saw that as she takes a look at strike 3. 3 up and 3 down. Softball stadium as Ali Kaneshiro steps in for Stanford. Underneath, lifts it to center field, and Kinsey Fiedler keeps drifting. Chan. And Chan suffered a couple of tough losses in the non-conference portion of the season when their pitching staff wasn't healthy. Double play turn by the Washington defense. Pretty way to end the inning. Solis flipping it to Holtorf, and then Ojo sends that one to right field down the line and is at first base here. The leadoff couldn't come up with the big hit. Riley Holtorf, the shortstop, skies it high, and River Mailer calling off Jade Berry for the... That one in there. Carter takes off, and another stolen bag for Brooklyn Carter. Now 19 for 19 this season. And draws the walk. So Fiedler. And inside, so Nelson draws the walk. And now the base is juiced. And Kennedy with the strikeout. Bases loaded, and she comes up clutch again. And that is what happens. Kennedy loses Stewart, who holds off on the rise. And without Swinging the bat, she heads to first base. Third base, go-ahead run in scoring position. Solis lifts it high into the air, and Emily Jones tracks it back and hauls it in right before the warning track. Just underneath on the attempt from Solis, and 2 top 10 teams. Lined right to Riley Holtorf. And draws another walk, her second of the game. Kennedy is. And coming in here. First pitch swinging. Grounds it to Solis to first. Mailer holds and then is tagged out at second. Nice play by the Washington defense. And that will end the inning. 2 hits for both sides today. Hobson sends Kern back, and she's able to collect out number 2. It is incredible from top to bottom. Heather Tarr has talked about how everybody capable. Alvarez sends it to center field. They're right at Emily Jones for out number 2. Carter pops that one into the air. Kern can't get there. And very wisely, Brooklyn Carter doesn't try to stretch that. She is. And a strikeout to end it. Nigeri Kennedy pulling the string and getting the out and the series win. The tying run stuck at first base for the Huskies.